Hey, what's up everybody? This is Damron. We're playing Doom Eternal. We're on Mission 9, Taurus Nabad. In our full, complete playthrough, we're getting all of the achievements in one playthrough. We're getting all the collectibles, toys, extra lives, Praetor suit tokens, everything. I do want to take a moment to mention now, we are getting kind of deep into the game. In this extra life playthrough, you're not going to have mission select. Okay, so if you miss a collectible, you're not going to be able to replay a mission. So using the fast travel option at the end of missions is how we're going to get all of our achievements in one playthrough. Should you miss something walking forward, you need to grab everything in the same run. Also, be sure you're upgrading your weapons as we're going so you can work on those mastery challenges. We're going to be upgrading our suit and runes, right? So let's look at the challenges in this level. Man-made wiki to get 6 Codex entries. Obviously, we'll get that. Use the ice bomb to freeze 10 demons. That's an easy one. We'll get that. And then perform 3 different glory kills on pain elementals. There's a very easy place to do that I'll point out to you. So let's go ahead and get started. Right in the beginning of the level, very beautiful kind of scenery here. But as you progress, just shortly right after the beginning, you're going to have to jump to this area here, and you can see the Codex floating right on the left side. From that codex, we're just going to kind of drop off the left side of this platform here. You'll see another level with a wall you can break. Take this path to our first Sentinel Battery of the mission. Progressing on up the path that was just in front of us through this door, you're going to have to fight some enemies beforehand. Before we jump across to that pole, turn around and drop down below where you were for this album. Progressing on just a little bit, you'll kind of get to this walkway here where you'll have to kill a Mancubus, just kind of for reference so you know where you are. Once you go forward after killing that Mancubus, it's going to want to go right and drop down this hole, but before you do that, look to the left for our next Praetor suit token. Once you get to this large kind of courtyard-like area with the statue right in front of you, you're going to have a very large battle in this area, but progress to the back. We'll go ahead and go to the second level, and we're going to go on the left-hand side of the second level, and on that we'll find our Automap. From the auto map, if you just turn around, we're going to go ahead and drop off, and we're going to also go on the left side. But if you stick to the left and go into this kind of alcove here, look left, there'll actually be a wall that you need to break. I already broke it kind of during the fight that I was in, but this is our secret encounter. And I want to show you that this is a very easy place to get 3 different glory kills on the pain elementals, because one spawns during this encounter, so you can do an execution and then just fail the secret encounter to do it again. So execute from front, back, and the side to get our 3 glory kills. So moving on from that secret encounter, so this is where the secret encounter was. In that same room, you'll see a tunnel. If you take that to the end, you can push a switch, and then you're going to get a little cutscene of a gate opening. This statue is going to move forward, so now we can just move forward out of that tunnel, go right, and we're going to get our first mastery token of the game, which is going to allow us to instantly master a particular weapon and bypass the challenges. So if there's weapons you don't like, feel free to use that. From the mastery token, turn around. We're going to go up the stairs again, and once we get to the top of the stairs, turn right, and right here you're going to see this statue that has a crack in it. So let's go ahead and melee that. We can break that statue behind it to reveal a switch. This is going to give you a cutscene of a gate opening, which luckily is right behind us. So as soon as you regain control of your character, just turn around, and on the top level now you can see that the gate has opened, revealing this large weight that's attached to a chain. If you look to the left of that, you're going to see a wall that you can grapple onto. Turn around, jump to the weight, and smash the chain, and that's going to reveal a hole in the floor for you, which is going to have our next Sentinel Battery. Progressing on, you're going to have a swimming section through radioactive goo. It's going to take you a minute. You got to kind of raise or lower the goo levels, but eventually you're going to come to this hole that you climb out of. As soon as you climb out of that hole, there's going to be a Praetor suit token in that same room. From that Praetor suit token, just progress on. We're going to walk through this hallway. Again, you are going to fight enemies, but once you get outside, you're going to find the next codex right in front of you. From that codex, let's drop down, go back into this corner here, and you're going to see another statue that we can break. Break that, and there's going to be a switch that we can hit. Hitting that switch actually raises a weight switch kind of in the middle of the stairway. So if you jump on that, your weight will push it down, and that weight's going to open up another gate. And that's going to be in the same room. So from the weight, just turn around and go to the back of this room where that gate opened for our next toy. Progressing on a little bit, you're going to have a little cutscene. As soon as that cutscene's over, you're going to be in this room with this circular platform. Right in the middle area, if you just look down, you'll see an extra life. So from the same room, again, we're just on the top of the circular area. If you just take the path that you're supposed to take, when you exit this building, this Codex is going to be right in front of you. You really can't miss that. Progressing on, we're now a little bit further from where we just were. You're going to have another kind of radioactive goo section that you're going to have to really lower all that. It's going to be quite a long section, but eventually you're going to open a gate and take a path that's going to lead you here. Before you go into that next room, immediately turn left and take this path around to the final Slayer key in the game. And from the Slayer key, just go through the gate that opened. Immediately after you go through the gate, there's an opening on your right that you can take up to the Slayer gate, which is the last Slayer gate. And as always, go in there, unlock the Slayer gate, get inside, do some damage, have some fun. But once you complete that Slayer gate, one, you're going to get an achievement for completing all the Slayer gates if you've been following this guide. But once we get out, the gate will explode, revealing our final Empyrean Key, which is also going to allow us to get an achievement later. So once you do progress to this room here, you're going to have a pretty large fight again, very fun one actually. But once you clear that all out, we're going to go up these stairs, and before we progress to the right where we're supposed to go, look on the left hand side for a wall that you can break. Break that wall, drop down, go through this broken wall, and look left for the cheat code in this level. From the cheat code, obviously you probably just saw it, but turn around for the second secret encounter of this mission. Progressing on just, not shortly from where we were, you're going to have to climb this well-like structure by climbing up these climbable walls. Once you get to the top and you see this large Titan kind of crushed down in front of you, just turn around and to your left you'll see the next Codex. From the Codex, just look right, and in the back left of this room you're going to see the final Sentinel Battery of the mission. From the Sentinel Battery, let's go ahead and progress up the Titan a little bit, but before we actually interact with what we're supposed to interact, when we get to here, actually look over his leg. Jump over his leg and you'll see this Praetor token just sitting in the middle of this open area, so let's go ahead and collect that. After you've gotten that suit point, just turn to your right and you're going to see a breakable wall right here for our second toy of the mission. So moving on, after you climb the Titan, you're going to have a fight in that area here, and you're going to enter this building, and once you do, climb up to the second level, and what we're going to do, the game wants you to take this window and go out, but before we do that, keep going around for an extra life. Progressing on a little bit, after you dash to break through into a new building, you're going to take this elevator up. You'll see this beautiful gold dome right in front of you. You're going to fight some enemies again here as well. I've cleared them out, but turn to the right and take this path for our next Praetor suit token. From there, let's turn around and we're going to progress out the way we're supposed to go. So you're going to see that large dome in front of you. We're going to drop down, but before we cross this gap, turn around, go into the bottom level of the building, and on your right is our next Codex. And then from that Codex, let's just turn around and go to the other side of this room for the Sentinel Crystal in this level. So now we can kind of jump over that gap and we're heading towards the next door in the mission. Your instincts is to jump over this gap that's on the bridge, but let's go back, and after you look down in that hole, you're going to see a little pole you can grab. So drop down there and take that to our next extra life. Moving on, once you open the vault, you're going to progress through here, and you can actually see the Codex right there on the left. Once you get into this room here where there's a skull right in front of you and you took an elevator to get here, if you turn around and look up, you'll actually see a breakable wall kind of up on the ceiling. Behind the skull, you're going to have to hit this switch as part of the story, which is going to open up these blue vents for you, and you're going to want to use those vents to get to that chain to break it. But we can also use that, don't fall like I did, but we can also use that blue vent to jump up and dash over to our second album of the level. Alright, progressing on, once you do go down that hole that you're going to drop the weight on, you will progress forward and you will go down an elevator and pick up a rad suit. Once you pick up that rad suit and you're in this area here, don't drop down this hole yet, but go all the way around to the back side to find a Praetor suit token. Now, this next collectible is kind of tricky, okay? From that Praetor suit token, if you look down where we're supposed to go, there's actually a collectible that's in a breakable grate about halfway down this fall, and you only got one shot at it. So if you miss it, you need to reload your checkpoint and or take the fast travel back to this area once you have that ability at the end of a mission. But if you go into your map section and look, you can actually see a platform with a question mark kind of floating in the middle of the air there. And you want to make sure you're kind of facing that. Use the map, and there it is. There's the kind of bottom of a grate. So make sure you're facing it, and when you drop down, you're going to dash right into it and break it to get the next toy. After another radioactive section, you're eventually going to be climbing up from where I'm looking. You're going to climb up into this pathway here, and once you get here, this is a path that you have to take. You really can't miss this. Well, once you get here, just before you drop into the Crucible, the last Codex of the mission is right there on your right. And then as you go forward, there's the Crucible that you're told to interact with, and once you do that, you will be out of this particular area. So be careful not to miss this mastery token. So let's jump down there real quick, and as soon as you're on the catwalk kind of leading to that, just turn around, and right there in the middle of the floor is our second mastery token and our final collectible of this mission. So you're going to get an achievement. There is an achievement specific to this level to collect everything and do all the combat challenges, do all the encounters and Slayer Gates. So you'll get that achievement as well. So I hope you guys are liking the guide. I hope you're finding it helpful, and I hope you're enjoying this playthrough as much as I am. This is a real fun game, guys. If you haven't got it, be sure to check it out, and hopefully I'll see you guys in mission 10 of Doom Eternal.